Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm going towards the Kenny, so it's okay now. Ẹ̀yin ìyàwó bọ̀, èmi àti ìyàwó mi ni tó bá wọ̀n yìí. Mo tún ti fílẹ̀ ṣe kí n tó rí ọtún máa lọ́jọ́ ẹ̀sọ́ tẹ ẹ̀ waste owó yìí. I just be lodger. My name is Abolore Adegbola Akonde. I've done something so shameful, something terrible, and it's costing me my family. And the most important thing to me right now is my family. That nice that you always see, that you always appreciate, is because I have a backbone, my wife, Olasunkanmi Akonde. And because of this terrible thing that I've done, it's costing me a lot, a whole lot. I apologize for what I have done, and I need you guys to help me beg my wife. She's my backbone. And that night that you always see, that strive, that brings out the best in our culture and tradition, is because I have a backbone. I apologize for my wrongdoing, and I need you guys to help me beg my wife, please.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to Trash It. The topic we're going to be discussing today is about the artist, the Nigerian artist called Nice, who cheated on his wife recently. We've been getting a lot of mails from different people, messages saying, Trash It, when are you going to trash that topic? So here we are today. We do listen to our fans. So before we go into the topic, we've got 3 Trash It virgins on the show today. We've got Ogo, who we asked to join the show, and she has, happily joined us on this particular topic. So Ogo, it's nice to have you in the house. And also we've got 2 new guests. We've got Funshaw and we've got Ajike. So a few weeks ago, we put out an advert on our Instagram page and our Facebook page, and we said we wanted to recruit new co-hosts to join the show. So Funshaw and Ajike are from the advert we put out, okay? So you're going to be seeing a lot of them on Trash It. So guys, thank you for joining the team, and It's nice to have you on Trash It, okay? So let's go into the nice topic. I'm sure you guys must have just seen the video that played at the beginning of this video, where the first video showed Nice in a hotel room with his girlfriend, or let me say his side chick, after they had just done the do, okay? He was there doing a Snapchat video with her and warning all those Yahoo boys to leave his girlfriend alone, that he's going out of town, okay? And then a few moments later, we see him in another video where he's begging his fans, perhaps us, I should say, begging us to beg his wife to forgive him. So ladies, before we delve into that topic, what is the height of disrespect? Again, Funshaw, I know you're the only man on this panel, and where, the questions will come to you as well. What is the height of disrespect? What can your husband do that would just be like, wow, you know what? I can't take this. Ajike, let me come to you first. What is the height of disrespect? I know you're married. What can your husband do that you'd be like, you know what? You can't top this. What is it?
Exactly what happened. What he did to her, I cannot take it. Exactly that. I know that definitely some men step out, but you should be discreet in your stepping out. If at all you feel you are of that, you should be discreet. He was not discreet at all. He was actually smiling, grabbing and pulling and pecking, and that's, even if you are going to do something like that, please, it should not be recorded. The guy was actually, most of the married men I know, once a woman brings out the camera, you see grabbing, please, I don't want my home, my this, my that. As in, it was blatant. He didn't care about her. Looking at that, he didn't care about her. So now telling us to come and start begging, I believe that it was just an issue of he got caught. He got caught, and he's just trying to get whatever is left of his dignity together and just look like, because people have been counting. There was a video of people counting the number of marriages he had. So maybe he felt, okay, this is the last one. So he didn't want to go, because to me, that was just it. I don't have any other thing to say. Nobody should do that. I packed my things. I brought it to my father's house.
Okay. Thank you, Ajike. Olga, let me come to you. As a woman, what is the height of disrespect from your husband? And as Jamaicans will say, disrespect, okay? What is it that your husband would do that you're like, no, there's no coming back from this?
Thank you very much. Like just everything that he did. And I always tell my husband, you can do everything to me, but cheating on me is one thing I will never tolerate from you. Yes, men do it, I guess, but at least be discreet with it, just like Ajike said. And his one, I don't really know what came over him, that he even took, he was enjoying the video, I guess, doing all the touching, laughing, talking, and basically maybe assuming he did that video, or maybe he was drunk or something, I don't know, but at least they should have deleted it. I don't know who posted the video on the internet, but at least you should have deleted that video from that girl, or even, well, I don't know, but that was very disrespectful. And for him to have done that shows that he doesn't have any regard for his wife or his marriage or his kids or anything. He doesn't care. After all, he's had other marriages, so he believed that there are so many women out there that even if he divorced his wife, they're going to come running to him. So that is how I feel. That's what he did that for. Maybe he didn't love the wife in the first place, no idea. For him to have done that, it shows there is no love or regard for the marriage. That's all I have to say for now.
Okay, so Funsho, before I come to you, I'm going to come to Yori. So Yori, how do you see this?
You see, do you know the American rapper Future? He says some people are meant for the streets. Nice is not meant for marriage.
Yeah.
The guy is meant for the streets. Do you know, I love him lyrically. He's a fantastic singer. But when it comes to commitment, I don't think that is his forte. So he should have just stayed in the streets. There's no need to marry. There's no need to be in a committed relationship, because obviously it means absolutely nothing to him. Mm-hmm. Cheating is a no and a deal breaker for me. And the reason for that is that psychologically, the way I process things, I'll start second guessing every move that person makes. Mm-hmm. So it's not just going to affect that person, it's going to affect me mentally. Because if I get home from work, you ain't back. I'm already calculating that you're probably with one effer. And then I'll start hyperventilating and be like, where you come home, It's just too much. It's not necessary. So that's the height of disrespect, number one. Number two, the fact that you felt comfortable to record a snap or something, a tweet. Even
and they use filter too. They use filter.
Even a bird cut, like for you to do that and don't touch my babe, I'm out of town, all these Yahoo boys. It shows that he doesn't even have respect for the girl in question, because he knows that she's been lodged in different hotels. So both of them actually made for each other, dog one and dog two. Now for the wife, you know, I'm a Yoruba girl, and there's a Yoruba adage that says, whatever came, we used to beat the elder wife is what we used to beat the younger wife. This guy has been married and done the same thing with 4 other women. What makes you think you're gonna change him? What makes you think you're different? She should have just saved herself the hassle of marrying the guy in the first place. Nice. I love him lyrically. I love his songs. He's very lyrical when he sings, but that's what he's good for. Married? No. He should just stay in the streets. Right. And just be collecting them efforts.
Okay. Funsho, you're the only man on this panel. Now, I'm going to ask you, first of all, how do you, if you were nice, would you do what he did?
No. So, I'm also married. I've been married for like 4 years now. And before I got married, I sat my wife down. I was like, what is it that you want to tell me from your past?
Oh, okay.
Is there anything I need to know? Anything that you should have done that you regret, that you need to help, so I can know now, so that when I hear it in future, I won't be shocked. Mm-hmm. Or if I hear guys talking about it, I'll say, okay, yeah, I know about it, and we'll forget about it. So, and yeah, we laid everything bare. I was a very, very good guy back then.
Yeah, right.
So I had to, like, you know, not that my list is endless. No, I have a limited list. So, but I have to tell her everybody about on the list and what I had with every other person. So if she hears anything, she knows I've told her about them and it's nothing new. Then apart from that, I now asked, what is the deal breaker in this relationship, in this marriage we're getting into? So for her, it was more of battery. The day I lay my hands on her, that's the end. So for her, she can still forgive the cheating, even though I won't do it, but she can still forgive it.
Yes, you are.
In my own case, it is the truth. So the fact that I won't take it, I won't cheat on her. And she knows that I keep saying it every day, I will not cheat on you because I can't stand you with another guy. So to answer your question, I would never do what Nice did. It's actually very, very bad of him.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Funshaw. Now, this is just one of the ways men cheat on their wives, right? And I mean, for me, what was most disrespectful is the fact that he did the video. Don't get me wrong. It's disrespectful already for him to cheat on his wife. But as we've all said, men do it. A lot of men, I'm not going to say all men do, a lot of men cheat on their wives, okay? But then somebody said when they do it, was it Ejike? You said when they're doing it and the woman brings out a video or brings out her phone, I want to take a picture or do it, they're like, no, right?
They don't want that part. Even if they are going to be caught, they don't want it to be
evidence,
stamped in time.
Yeah,
stamped in time. So for him to have stayed, he was even caressing her, touching her, kissing. He was participating fully in the video. Yeah. It shows he has no respect for the woman. I can't even beg that kind. Even my brother. If you are my brother, I cannot beg that kind of beg. So it's not nice. Yeah. I will beg for. No, it's not possible because I can't accept it. I can't say, I'm not going to say that if my husband did that, I will never forgive him. That is not for me to say. But if I'm supposed to beg for the person, if I'm related to the person and I'm meant to beg for the person, I will not be among the entourage that will go and beg. I will not follow them. I won't be among the people that will follow and go and beg for that. No. That's the high.
Yeah, because I suppose.
No, that was just like.
And the thing is, sometimes, as we're saying, some men cheat, right? But then there's no evidence. So even though someone tells their wives about the cheating, I saw your husband, the husband can deny it and say, no, it wasn't me, But this one, Nice can't even deny it. He was caught red-handed. So he had no other option than to own it.
Do you know what killed me in the video that the idiots made was the soundtrack that they were playing at the back. Okay. I was like,
what was it?
It was one of his songs. And I'm like, dude, is this like a promotional video? Like you've been caught pants down, not literally, but figuratively. You've cheated. And then you set the ambience, the mood for them to listen to how you want them to. Do you know what he did was even worse than the video he did with the girl?
Like, but Yori, it wasn't as if he was planning it that he was going to get licked. He was having fun at the moment. Fine, I don't support what he did. I don't even whether recorded or not, whether secret or open.
And you assume that the video will not leak.
Whoever cheats would not think that.
With that lady, did you see her?
Hold on, guys. Funshaw, let me come back to you. Let's assume was nice. And the video went out the way it went out. I will not record a follow-on video for the world to beg my wife. That's even disrespectful. That's even more disrespectful. Because what you've now done is now gaslighted the situation because there were quite a few people that did not actually see the first video.
So when I saw the video, I was like, this is very wrong because apart from what you're saying right now, you are putting the lady on the spot. So you want so much pressure on the lady, and if she says no, then it becomes like, at least he tried to make a video. So I felt that was wrong.
Making excuses for him. And I will continue to say, women are the gatekeepers of patriarchy. Take it anyway. Yes. Women are the ones saying, he's not the first man to do it. Just take him back. In fact, we can start another topic on top of this topic. You understand why? Let her make that decision. It's hers to make. We should not, we should not twist her arm because he came to beg and he was looking like someone that's not eating for days. That's not my business. When he was doing it, he did not know. Maybe it's even her money used to go to the hotel safe to go and maybe spend her money, use her credit card, did everything. You know what she's going through. But for me, I don't know. I didn't like it. He has messed up, but he should have gone back to beg her personally and let them sort their mess in their house. But coming out to beg us and tell us to beg, no, I can't beg you.
And I mean, the video where he put it on his page, didn't he? Where he was asking his fans to beg his wife. The video is no longer on his page. He's taking it down.
It has to.
Yeah, but luckily, these days we have blogs like Africa Jagbajantics, Gist Lover, Insta Blog, and the rest of them. So those ones still have it on their page. So we were able to get a copy of it. Hence the reason why you could still watch it at the beginning of this video. So I'm just gonna go. I mean, that's just one of the ways men cheat on their wives, what they do to disrespect their wives. But now let's make it more relative. Let's bring it to everyday situation where men in marriages, right? Sorry, you are the only man on this panel. But men in marriages, the thing they do to their wives at home, and they cannot try it to the woman outside, to the side chick. Why? For example, a man can give his wife 10K and say, take, oh, that's the monthly money I have for feeding for this month. And on top of that, you'll be expecting for more cow leg, shaki, turkey, everything inside the food. Whereas, do you understand? Whereas the side chick outside, he will give the side chick 50K on one visit and say the same, baby, don't worry, I will transfer more. So let me come to you guys. Oh God, what do you think? Do you think sometimes some men are just damn right disrespectful, and what they do, the way they handle their wives at home is very different from the way they handle their side chicks? And why do you think that is?
Okay, like when you say that some men give their side chick money, I'll believe that is in Nigeria, because I don't think that happens in UK here.
You don't think so?
I don't think that happens in UK here. Like my husband will always tell me that here, that the men don't give women money. That is even the women that give them money. That's what he has noticed. I said, well, that's your problem. My one is, as long as I don't lack in the house, whatever you do with your money outside, that's your problem. I remember in the past, he usually give me money to go to the market, but I think when I come back with the shopping, he'll be like, what is this that you bought? I said, okay, you know what? Start doing the shopping yourself.
Yeah.
And he's the kind of person that eats a lot of meat. So then,
oh God, don't be outing my brother like that.
Since then, he buys it and brings it home. So from what you said, I've not really experienced that, but with what I hear people saying, especially those in Nigeria, that their husband gives them money to buy, but most of them that have the girlfriends outside, well, maybe because the woman is working, that's why they don't really give them that much money. But the side chick, which is very wrong. First of all, your family comes first. So whatever you give your side chick, I don't care, but as long as your wife and your kids are well looked after, they don't lack, then maybe the side chick is not working. Some of them will say, oh, what the side chick do for them, the wife don't do that for them. So that's why they feel happy doing that for the side chick. Okay, so why don't you tell your wife what you want, the way you want them to do it for you? And I believe, when you're in a relationship, first, second, third, fifth year, some people, things start going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
You see, now the thing is, oh God, people. So what you're saying is, for example, if the man, because you're saying that if I'm the wife at home, I just want to be comfortable. So what you're saying is, okay, well, if my husband gives me 200,000 or maybe 2,000 pounds a month, right, and it makes me comfortable, it makes me I can provide for the kids, everything, the home is kept, I'm comfortable. But he can go and give his side chick 5K. It doesn't concern me. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, it doesn't concern me, because even if he gives the side chick money, I wouldn't know. So that's what I'm saying. I just try to remove my mind from there.
Right.
Just try to remove my mind from there. So as long as I'm not complaining at home, so I don't know whether he's giving any money out there or not. I'm not in his accounts. I don't follow him around. But for him to make the family comfortable, that would tell me, oh, maybe he's not giving anybody money out there. So that's why we are not lacking.
You know
so
what?
Not that
to an extent, that's why it's quite good for partners to have a joint account and for the woman or the man to know what they are earning, so that they will know. Ajike, let me come to you. You wanted to say something.
I know. It depends. She said something like, maybe you'll be married. I'll be married for 12 years. You cannot really control everything. She's actually right. You can't control it all. So if you are a woman that wants to be sane, that wants to be okay, you want to live long to sit down on your children's wedding day, you will not kill yourself. You just, the ones he gives you, as long as you are comfortable, your children are comfortable, you are going. No, that's why you see women like this in Nigeria that I know, they will put their children in expensive Corona, Grange. By the time you have spent all the money,
There's
the
no
food
money
is,
left.
you are driving the best cars, there's generator, not just more generator, you are using Mikano, you have bought diesel, you are paying NEPA bill everywhere. You don't have, the money that you have to give the girl gone, what's the lolly? That's one, that's gone down. 1, 2. Another thing is that,
You can just leave me today.
what you will say is that what you will not take as a rich man is when you are poor. Talika, you would have dejected it. Me, the things I did not take in 2008 is what is making me enjoy today in my marriage. I'm not going to sit down and say my marriage is perfect, but it is getting perfect by the years. I'm actually enjoying my marriage. Because
Perfect.
why? I had fought the battles in the beginning. All those, I'm not going to wash plates. I'm not going to do, I've already told him, I'm not going to do it. Oga, you will not be annoyed. There's some things, you understand? I've already set up, the foundation. So now, some of his friends' wives now, they come to me and they're asking me, what did I do to make housing? What did I give my husband one concussion? I said, no, is that madness? That you people were saying I'm mad that time. If my husband should go out and he comes back late, he knows how far. I don't give people marriage counseling session because it should look like I'm wicked. But the matter is that you have to be strong. And my mom, in fact, me and my mom will fight because at times when we fight, she say, "You want this boy to go?" I said, "Let him go. He will come back." There are some things that you just have to assert yourself as a strong person. A lot of people believe that let me enter the marriage, let's just be doing as we are doing, be going as we are going. You will do as you do, you go as you go, you come out empty. You come out empty. So lay your foundation. I'm not trying to say that we don't have problems because at times I say, you are too. So at times I will compromise. My husband apologizes all the time. It's me that is wrong. It's him that will beg. But that is us. I'm not going to say there are some marriages that you have to understand that the man, you have to massage his ego. I didn't marry that kind of man. I was fortunate to marry a teachable man. I was fortunate to marry a man that, how do they do it? He was able to, how do they do it? There are some men that say, no, this is how I want to spend my money. This is how I want to do. But no, then at times you have to compromise. When I have just a child, when I started, I put my son in music, I put him in this. My husband was just looking at me like this. He didn't give me 1 naira. But when he saw that the boy is, the boy too helped my ministry and started doing well, he took over and started paying. You understand? So, I put him in so many programs, and now my husband is the one paying. Initially, I was the one paying. So, I'm not going to come and say, hey, no, I'm spending all this money, and the one doing everything, he's the one doing everything. No. But, everything is compromised, and understand your marriage. Understand your marriage. And if you feel that it's the one that will still give more, just make sure that your own, you have gotten your own. Don't come and kill yourself to die. Unless one stepmother come and beat your children when you are in the grave. That's my advice to women.
Right. Thank you for that, Ajike. Funcho, let me come to you. So what do you think men that do things like this, they respect their side chicks more than they do their wives? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so in a way, I think it's a bit difficult for me to answer this question because I don't do it. And my friends, most of them don't do it. I know, my circle, we don't do it. I have a very, very small circle of friends and we don't do it. But when we're dating before marriage, we had numerous girls. And I know we used to, like guys, we used to have the main chick, then we have supporting chicks.
Supporting
chicks. So the main chick, she knows she's the main one. We don't want to offend her. We don't want her to see that we're actually having other girls. So we make sure we try to satisfy the main chick. Then the other ones, sometimes we spend on them, sometimes we don't. We don't care, But I've seen situations where probably the supporting chicks knows how to give I think I went from the previous video, you're already mentioning Kochi or something. So maybe
don't put me on blast.
You mean Kochi?
Maybe the supporting chicks know how to handle the Kochi and give it very well. So she gets more stops. Continue. But I don't want to marry the supporting chick. I want to marry the main chick because I see some things that I like. Like,
so if you want to marry the main chick, why keep the supporting chick?
like I just said, the
Supporting
supporting chick
acts.
might be able to give some things which, okay, for example, my wife, when I met her, she was untouched. Sort of. So, and I was already wild.
These are Ned Nwepu's family or what?
Telling you.
So I was already wild. There was no way I was going to wait till marriage. So I had to like find supporting chicks.
Oh.
So that kind of thing.
You told her this, Sha. You told her this when you guys had that conversation. She's not just hearing it now. Right.
See,
okay.
There's something, like what Ajike is saying. Sometimes you have to know who you are getting married to and what you're getting into. So at the beginning, we talked about all these things. And I kind of say, I should say I started late. I think I had my first girlfriend at 24. So unlike my friends that had already had it like 15, 16, 18, you know, so, and at that point, I was just learning a lot of things. So, and I told her, see, it's better I do these things now to get this experience than when I get married and now. Yeah, I'm thinking like, I'm talking to you like a typical guy would think.
Proud of you.
Yeah, so, and I was like, let me do these things now so I will forget about it. It's in the past. Because I made a vow with myself and with my God that when I marry, I don't want to cheat. The other thing is that during my experiment or gathering experience, I was actually heartbroken just once in my entire life. And it was so painful. It was due to cheating. You know, all these in-it guys, when they come to Nigeria and they take your babes away for 2-3 weeks and they disappear again. So it happened to me. It was actually what motivated me to leave Nigeria and like, okay, I'll come back and do the same thing. You know, that kind of thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I gathered a lot of experience, and from that scenario, I was like, no, this is the only, because it was the lowest point of my life. Like, I even contemplated things I shouldn't think about, you know, and I was like, no, in my marriage, I'm not going to cheat on my wife. And this is the deal breaker for me. I can't take it. So, and because of all these things, and from where I grew up, from my parents' life, from my uncle's life, I made some adjustments to my life, and I tried to explain it to my wife. And luckily, I married my own wife because she plugs into the idea and it's solid. Like, we operate a joint account, like you suggested. She knows how much comes in. I know how much comes in. There's no limit to whatever she can spend. She knows what her bills are. She knows how much she can spend when she go out, or, you know, and it's been fine. I would not I even think having a side chick is expensive.
Very.
They're not cheap.
Very expensive. So it's not wise for me. And the same thing with my friends. Majority of us are not in. I think I only have 1 or 2 guys left in Nigeria. My circle of friends, all of us are outside Nigeria, and we know it can be very expensive outside Nigeria to keep 2 ladies. You know, and knowing well that most of us married outside Nigeria with the court system abroad, you know, if there's a divorce, you're in trouble. Yeah. So, you know, if there's a divorce, you're in trouble. You know, with the alimony, with all the things I've invested in it, I wouldn't do it.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Funsho. Yori, let me come to you because I know there was something you were going to say when Ajike was talking. So what do you think? All these men be respecting their side chicks more than they do their wives. What do you think about that?
Before I answer the question, for everyone that submitted an entry to come on Trashy, do you not see why we have Funsho and Ajike? Because, man, I've been laughing my brains out.
I know.
Come on, guys. They put 110%. And thanks, Ogo, as well. Now, see, men like to embarrass you. Yeah. At the same time, when you talk about husbands giving money to wives and such, there's levels to these things. There's levels to these things. If you think that your wife is the kind of person that brings, you know, some girls, they don't just bring to the table, they bring the table themselves. Table that all of you are putting stuff in. She's the one bringing it. You will respect yourself in the issue of side chick, because you think, well, if I lose this person, that's if your wife means anything to you. Now, with side chicks, God bless their soul, they don't have any responsibility as the wives do. There's probably no child to cater for, so they have time to shave, they have time to clean up, they have time to warm up their coochie, because what they're there for is invariably for sex and sometimes for company. So, but, you know, kudos to the wife. We try. It's not easy. The streets are talking. It's not easy. We go to work, we do this. So I really don't have an issue about, not that I don't have an issue, not in my focus that you're giving money to the side chick, because me myself, not one bring something to the table, I bring the table. Now, in the issue of joint accounts, I don't vibe to it. You keep your money, I keep my money. We spend your money. You get what I'm saying? So there's no need for us to have any joint accounts. As long as the bills are being paid, the kids are being taken care of. And like Achike said, my daughter does 110 things. Film, swimming, ballet, French. We don't have Mikano. But by the time you pay these things, we don't need Mikano. But by the time you pay these extra curriculum activities, the change that is remaining, you want to spend it on the head that's actually that you're using to do the work. Before you now think of one side chick. So your side chick is just getting a fraction of the 1 million things that we probably have. So I feel for the side chick because you're not getting enough.
Okay.
For all the hard work that you're putting in. Because you're helping my ministry.
Let's not forget, because somebody said the side chick doesn't have a job. Let's not forget, being a side chick is employment too. That is a career in itself. It is, because if look at this girl. Okay, now this girl that Nice cheated with, she's an MTN tower. Yeah, she's an MTN tower, and people tap their mobile current from her, their service. People collect it. Okay, because after that video came out with Nice, she was found, or she was captured in several other videos with several other guys. So Nice is not just the only one she was seen. She was seen about 4 other guys.
The irony of it is that there were 2 other guys that were like giving deadly warning. Please tell Nice to lay off our girl. I'm thinking, this girl's powerhouse must be good.
It must be. And at the end of the day, it's a shame, because that girl, I wonder what her parents would be thinking, because if that was my child, boy, man, I must be feeling really disappointed and feeling like I'm such a bad parent, because at some point, morally, I should have been able to instill some form of morals into my child for her not to turn out like this.
This thing you spoke about, my sister and I were just talking about it. My own parents, I think they just gave us food and sent us to school. That's the only thing. I don't remember my mom ever saying, okay, maybe she taught me how to use the sanitary pad. After that, nothing. Then maybe after, there was a time that a relative had HIV, and they had to just brush, okay, this is it, everything, bam. And that was it. Children, there's this Yoruba says that when you are raised, then you now raise yourself. She did not raise herself. I can tell you this for free. That girl did not raise herself. Or people that do things. There's just some things that moral, when it comes to morals, there's a certain age, I think from 18, you have to start teaching yourself what is right. I went to school in FET. When I went to university, we were not using biotechnology passports. You can have 10 passports in 10 different names. Those number passports that you can just tear like this. When I was in school, Alachis used to bring planes to Mina. They will look for babes that they will take to London to go and do Osho free. We were there now.
Is this university or secondary school?
University.
Secondary school.
No, university. Federal FET Mina, Federal University of Technology Mina. I entered uni at the age of 18. So I could have easily, gone, but it just didn't occur to. I just said, no, I'm not going. They had parts, in fact, maybe because of the secondary school I went to Nigerian Navy Secondary School. I couldn't even pass the gate of my university for like 2 years. Because in Nigerian Navy, you have to have exit card. So I was wondering that, so I can just go out like that. No, So at times, maybe when my parents failed, they tried to make up by maybe the schools they sent us to. But there's a time you get that you have to raise yourself. Even if the girl said, the way she was even looking, asking everything, besides Nice's wife, that girl is not. After like she said, sometimes this are men, they just fall your hand. When you just see the girl that they're even siding you with and they side checking you with, you just be like, kilo day, what's happened? I'm better than this now. This girl, when you compare her to Nice's wife, it wasn't just, in fact, the bar was just too low. But well, who knows? I don't know what
Yeah, from a guy's angle, I hear this all the time, that the person you are even cheating with is not as good as your wife. Yeah, but from a guy's angle, sometimes it goes beyond the looks. It has to do with maybe the soundtrack, or maybe what you have heard about the girl.
What do
You
you
want to
mean
explore.
soundtrack?
My goodness.
You want to
Soundtrack.
see, yeah, it goes beyond the physical. See, I checked out all the ladies that Nice has like been involved with in the past, the ones he got married to, and I was pissed. I was like, man, these ladies are beautiful, you know. But put all this one aside, you know, this other girl that he just had issues with. Maybe he has heard something about the girl that, man, that girl, she has 9
He
lives.
wants to go and
She's gonna
try.
kill you. The soundtrack is awesome. You know, all those kind of things. And see, these are things that kind of, should I say, arouse our curiosity as men. Yeah.
It arouses
the
You ladies have a different way.
curiosity.
You ladies have a different way or different outlook towards things. But we, the guys, there's a way we process it, which is different from the way you process. You will not understand our ways, but it's just the way it is.
See, your ways are not of the Lord. We know that.
I was going to say that, Yuri.
The way you process it is very physical. You're not emotional. You're very physical. You see the physical. The sound of the trumpet is different.
We're attracted by what we see.
Exactly.
Ladies, like when we just tell you things, it works. You know, so we are wired differently. I'm not saying Nice did the right thing or did something right, but I'm just trying to like let you understand that sometimes the way you see things as ladies is different from the way we see things.
Okay, so Funsho, please help my understanding, because me, I'm very confused right now. Because it be like say, when people have sex, the end of it is not for the person to orgasm, to come. Because do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because if he sleeps with his wife, he will probably orgasm, and that will be the end. When he sleeps with his side chick, he will still orgasm. So what is the difference? Does the orgasm take different routes depending on who you are sleeping with?
It is not the same. It is not the same. See, I know you guys think, you just orgasm and that's the end. No, it goes beyond that. We want to hear the soundtrack. We want to hear the maneuvering on the bed. We want
such as we want to know.
You know, there are different. Okay, let's say I'm married to my wife and we're always doing mommy and daddy.
What's mommy and daddy?
Missionary.
Okay.
And I get this girl that wants to give me reverse cowgirl.
Hey, what?
The experience is different.
Yes.
Is it?
In fact, at the time I want to orgasm, I want to hold it because I don't want it to stop. You think I won't go back again? I keep telling my wife something because my wife doesn't have any experience. I'm the only one she's ever been with because she didn't have a prior boyfriend. So I was like, see, cheating is very simple. Like once you taste another guy and you can compare with me, it has two results. Either you keep going back to the guy because probably he does it better than me, or I do it better than the guy and you don't want to do, you regret ever going there. So the same thing goes with the guy. And I keep telling my wife, I'm committed to you and I won't try anything else. So whatever my wife gives to me, it's enough. Whatever makes me go outside to taste another girl, it will be a case of, hey, I wish my wife could just do it this way. I wish she could just do it that way. So to us, it goes beyond the orgasm.
Okay, so
you want to hear that sound? Huh?
You want to hear this? So now, can't you teach your wife that reverse cowgirl and say, okay, baby, you put your leg like this and you put your hand like, can't you teach her instead of going back to the side chick to get that reverse orgasm, which can now reverse your marriage certificate to a divorce certificate? So
what if let's say the wife is a plus size lady and the girl outside is like a slim lady?
You see why people should be gymming. You see why people should have a gym membership.
No, Yuri, it's not about gymming. What you have to remember is women, once they have kids, their body shape changes. And some people maintain theirs and some people, they don't care because their husband don't care. If your wife has a weight or a shape that you don't like, why don't you help her ministry? Instead of going to a side chick, like me, I used to be like size 6 before I got married, but now I'm size 14. Yeah, but not that it's too much, but I feel, if my husband liked it that way, and he sees people out there and he admires them, look at that woman, her big bum, this, that, and you feel, oh, you want your wife to be that shape. So why don't you help her, even gymming or running around the estate
Eating
or
food.
street to
Chasing
help her lose weight?
yourselves.
Yeah.
It is you guys, you have
Getting
a
a
point.
maid,
It is,
getting a maid, not doing all the work. Don't let the woman die. There's plenty of work in the house. In the night, you want to kill her again. You people think about all these
And
things.
remember, there's another thing. Women, they go to work. Your wife goes to work. She looks after the kids, and when she comes back home, she has the housework to do. And you'll be sitting down there looking at her. You don't help her in the kitchen, or at the end, she's tired. And when you want to touch her in the bed, she's tired. She can't do all those.
I fully understand what you guys are saying. See, in some cases, my case is different. Just like I can't bring my wife here to testify. So most of these things you guys talk about, I do with my wife, because I tell her that I didn't marry a maid or a slave. I married my wife, and we do all these things together. So there are things that she doesn't do in the house. I do it. And there are things that I don't do in the house, like I would not wash the toilet. There's nothing will make me wash it. It's not because I am proud, but because of my past experience. Just like Ajike said, I went to a federal government college in Taraba State. So I speak a bit about her. And she's laughing already. I went to federal government college in the north, in Taraba State, and there was no water. So the WC, we wash with our bare hands. Like we put our hands inside it. So right now, I still have that psychological effect. So each time I go to the toilet, you tell me to wash it, I still think of me using my hand, my bare hands, putting it inside that thing and bringing the shit out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I used to build your mic.
No, because I went to a boarding school as well, and yes, I had to wash the toilet.
Not your kind of boarding school. Let's just off your mic right there.
Where I went to school, there was no water.
But I pounded shit, so I had to pound shit to let it so that it can flow. But I didn't put my hand.
It's not pounding, auntie. It's not pounding. You will pack it.
See, what happened was I put this glove line on around my hands. So I pack the shit out because you can't flush it. The pipes are blocked outside.
It's enough.
Sorry to those eating breakfast. We are really sorry.
Because I didn't go to that kind of school. Let's off my.
So saying that there are things I would do. There are things I would never do in the house. There's nothing that will make me do it. You know, I can get someone, I can pay someone to come and do it, but I won't do it because I have this psychological effect from it.
Understandable.
Another thing is that I grew up with 3 girls. I'm the only son. I have a lady in front of me. I have 2 ladies behind. So we are 4 of us. And I didn't learn how to cook until I went into the university. So till date, if there's a lady in the house, I won't cook.
Understandable.
But if there's no lady, I'll cook. I'll take care of myself.
Yes, the hunger will finish you.
I don't eat out at all. You get? So that, and the other things, I'm a professional. I tell my wife I have a PhD in plate washing. You know, those kind of things. So there are things like that I would do. There are some things that she wouldn't do. She washes the plate, but I tell her, no, I'm not satisfied. I'll have to rewash it. You know, that kind of thing. So there are things like that. So if you marry the right person and you guys have the same synergy, it will work. Now, there are some ladies also that Olga was saying, tell her to go to the gym, and some ladies are lazy. They wouldn't listen. Those things, don't take ice cream, don't take these sweet things that make you go bigger. That is what they will actually go and get. You know, what do you think? I'm not saying that you have to cheat. I'm not saying that those that are doing it are doing the right thing. But the ladies too are not making it easy on the guys. And so when it comes to 2013,
I'm still losing weight 7 years after. It's not easy. Our body is not the same.
No. Honestly, hold on. Let me come in for 2 seconds. See, when it comes to weight gain, I shouldn't really be talking because obviously, but Celia, God help that your eyes.
This one was wearing waist trainer. If you see this girl, but she was wearing a waist trainer. When we are trying to pack things inside a waist trainer, some people that have nothing to pack were also trying to pack their bones. But continue.
My bones. See, when it comes to weight, I personally should actually not be talking because God has been faithful. Genetics and all this stuff. I can't gain weight. You're not nice. I can't gain weight. But see, the weight thing, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's harder to lose weight than to gain weight. That's the problem.
I went through fertility.
Please wait.
Yeah.
It's harder to
And
lose
fertility,
weight.
Lose.
Yeah,
and
to
gain.
Oh
lose
yes,
weight.
yes. Sorry.
It's
Yeah.
harder
Yeah.
because you're like, okay, I want to gain weight. You start eating, you do this, you take milkshake. But when you now get to that, to lose the weight, it's very hard. So, guys, help our ministry. Like, you see, all these, all these girls, hold on, you get all these girls that are doing reverse cowgirl and everything. It's experience. They've been everywhere. Do you understand? To be a goat is not easy. You start eating from this farm, eat from this farm. They're collecting experience.
A lot of
And
grass.
exactly, and now coming and doing James Bond woman for you and think you are the one. It's not you. It's for sure. It's not you, man. That's what you don't know.
But
you
that's
think
why they're side chicks.
you see?
Okay.
They're not
Do you know what
the
the thing is? I
Because they have
don't.
experience.
Do you know the thing is, because I'm so innocent, because all these things you guys are saying are just news to me. I don't even know what a reverse cowgirl, sorry, was that what it was called? I don't even know what that is. So I don't know how I don't know how the person will
reverse cowgirl.
Okay, but to be honest with you, let's look at it from this angle now. Let's look at the world of BDSM, right? Now, if your husband is the kind of man that likes strapping and handcuffing and all those kind of things, I think perhaps the side chick out there might be more willing to do those kind of things, or the man might be more willing to do it with the side chick than his wife, because of maybe cultural reasons, or maybe because of he feels like he might lose respect from his wife. And do you know, no, honestly, but do you know that there's some men that cannot really tell their wives their sexual desires, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are too embarrassed to do it. Sorry, Ajike, what were you saying?
You're very right. But I think that if you want your marriage to work, you actually have to ask.
You do.
Because I like me now, you can't tie me and rope me up and down. Please go and do it. I will tell you, please, I give you free ticket to side chick. I have high blood pressure.
Okay.
Only one child God gave me. I must see his wedding day. I must see his grandchildren, because it will not have one like me. We have plenty. So
Amen.
I will give you free pass. So that's it. That's for me. I would rather give him it, because I'm not ready to be tied and beaten. But if that's what you want, if I for him telling me to get the free pass. So some women are ready to now, okay, they want to try it. Some people might. So communication is key in marriage. You actually have to be able to speak.
So Ajike, but you said you wouldn't like your husband to cheat. Now you're saying you're giving him a free pass.
No, that one is not cheating. He has told me that he wants to tie me and beat me. I said no. He wants to now go. No, it's not cheating. No, go. Please. And be tied and be beaten. Not me.
I suppose if you give him and do you guys not think a lot of women that complain about their husbands cheating, do you think that maybe if they were the ones that said to him, okay, yes, go out there and sleep with Mary, do you think they'll feel more comfortable with it because they're the ones that told the husband what to do and who to do it with?
And some women actually do it. Some women actually do it. They will tell, in fact, I know someone that knows her husband's girlfriend. She knows the guy. She said, oh, she's helping my ministry. I can sleep after taking care of some people don't really. Some people don't. Yes, my friend. I know. It's not somebody strange. Somebody that is around me. She's happy. She knows the lady, and she's okay with it. Me.
So what if the lady gets pregnant and the man decides to bring the child in?
That will be their family problem. Okay. But not my own family problem.
What is your husband?
But for me, as in when I mean this BDSM thing, she actually posed a particular question. For me, the BDSM thing, I cannot do it. Or I heard recently of someone that was insisting that he wanted to have sex with his wife anally. And the marriage broke down. The marriage actually broke down. It's divorced. They went their separate ways.
You see, that's where you need to. This is the bit where you subcontract. You can contract out at this junction.
Oh, really? Okay. I was going to ask you, Yuri, if there's anything you will contract out.
No. Okay, it has gotten to that. Let me be enjoying his money, and I will be in the marriage and take care of my child and be okay. For me,
don't you think that the marriage will start breaking down from that point?
I won't be in the marriage. Look, let's stop there. I would not be in that marriage.
No, if you get to know that, there'll be different stages. There will be some things that you'll be able to take for me, there'll be some things I'll be, and that when it, like now, the one of Anali, I cannot stay there. But the one of BDSM that they want to be beating themselves, they should go and tie themselves and do anything. I'm not interested in that matter. You know, everything, like you said, there are levels to these things. And we should not say nothing is impossible, because whatever we can think of, whatever the mind can think, somebody's
It's actually doing it.
As long as you can think it, believe you me, someone is doing it. Someone is actually doing it. So we should not say because we can't take it does not mean somebody else cannot take it. So I think I've gotten to a stage in life where I realized that we can't all think the same, we can't all be the same. And because of judgment, some people don't come out and say things. You will not believe. I'm sure in Nigeria there are swingers.
Of course.
Yeah, there are swingers in this Nigeria that we are in. So you know, for me, I can't swing. I'm like, what are we swinging?
I even saw an advert a few days ago. I saw an advert. 2 girls were in the car. The video was on social media where they were saying that they're organizing an orgy party. Come and get your ticket. Was it 10K or 30K or something like that? You know, and I'm like, oh my God, like people are not trying to hide these things anymore. It's just there.
Hiding anymore. So it's possible people are doing it. Well, it's just that for you, you should have a level where the deal will be broken. And therefore, for me, they are deal breakers. Cheating out of the blues, like what Mr. Nice did, I cannot accept it. For me, it's a deal breaker.
Okay, so just before we round up, so I know that obviously Nice made the video and asked his fans to beg his wife or his wife to forgive him and all of that. And we all know that it's because he got caught. That's why he did that, because his arrogance in that video was very telling. Now, a lot of people would argue that, well, if she doesn't forgive him, another woman will take her place if she leaves. Is that how we should be looking at this? Or do we think the woman should move on? Do we think that she should forgive him? And there's a child already in this marriage. And they got married a few months ago. It's not even a year, as I hear.
But they've been together for a while. This woman, like you said, she's bringing her table. She's not a hungry person. So I personally believe that he's begging her because she has money. She has prestige. She has class. Maybe she's even from a very, very good home.
Olga, let me come to you. What do you think about that? Do you think she should forgive him? Do you think, what people might say?
Well, I wouldn't say what she should do, but for me personally, since a child is already involved, and just to consider the child, and if maybe inside the home and they live happily, the child sees what goes on, and the child is really attached to the father. And what I would say is maybe she should just give him another chance and forgive him, and they should really sit down and talk about that relationship, the way forward, and the way they have to go about him cheating again.
Okay, all right. Funsho, what do you think?
I go with Ogo on this one because of the child, not because of any other thing. I believe that they kind of maybe have feelings for themselves. So the lady is disappointed right now, but probably can heal with time, provided Nice decides to zip up. So because of the child, just because of the child, I would say they should give it a shot again. The only reason I would go for instant breakup is if there's battery involved. If it's not involved, I think you can give a second chance, and if it still repeats itself, then bye-bye.
So if it was you and your wife cheated on you, would you give her a second chance?
Well, for me, it's a deal breaker, like I said in the beginning.
Right.
So irrespective of whether the child is there or not, I can't take it.
But it's okay for her to forgive him because the child is there.
I said it from beginning. I said,
you did.
Before I married my wife, we actually sat down and talked about what is the deal breaker. So if in her case, that's the nicest wife, if in her case it's not the deal breaker and she can still take him in, then fine. Okay. But if it's the deal breaker, then forget about it. I can't, because every day I sit or sleep, that's what I'll be dreaming. I'll be imagining how they did it. What how they did. How, it will haunt me for the rest of my life. I can't, it's a deal breaker for me. I can't do it.
Okay. Yori, let me come to you before we round up.
First, she needs to go to have a test. Yeah, she needs to have a proper test just to be sure everything is A-okay, number one. Number two, she needs to think within herself if this is what she can live with. Now, we all said there's a child involved. You have to understand that kids see things, and there's a new category of abuse now, is emotional abuse. Sometimes women, we stay in marriages because of our child, but we don't know how damaging that can be for our child as well. So if it's not a safe environment to raise a child, sister, we are counting number here. You will be number 5 or number 6 for nice. It's not something new, but at least you have your sanity. So I personally can't give her any advice, because if it's me, I wouldn't stay. So, and I don't know if she wants to stay. So she needs to look at her options. Is this something I can forget? Am I okay? Because Nice will still go. He's a musician. He travels about. He does his stuff. So you can't tell him not to go out. You can't promise that this will not happen. Even if he doesn't want it, there are women that will give it to him.
Really?
And send. He doesn't even need to say anything. He doesn't need to spend money.
Groupies.
So she needs to sit down within herself and not listen to, they call it the Ariwaja, the noise in the market. She should ask herself, is this what I can live with? And if she can live with, God help their marriage. I can't advise counseling because they've gone past that way now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on that note, I think we're going to end it here. This was a very, very interesting topic. And you can see that Funsho and Ajike and Ogo, they all brought a different perspective. And as Yori said, they just made us die with laughter. So on that note, we're going to end it here. And as I said in the beginning, we're trash it, we trash everything and anything, and nothing is off limits. Except some things, very few things are off limits. But on that note, we're going to leave you here, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.